Hey people, it's Nias talking. Now, I came across this story which is very interesting, and this is from Time magazine, and this is date 2012, but it's still ongoing. Egyptian immigrants wants to be reclassified as black. Anyone who's ever filled out a census document or taken the SATs is familiar with the odd moment. Hang on, let me just make this a bit bigger so I can read it. Okay, when you have to bubble in your racial classification. For many, the choices are odd, confusing, limiting, and problematic. In the end, each person bubbles in what they feel best represents their identity. When Mostafa Hefny immigrated to the United States from Egypt in 1978, he didn't get a say in that decision. The government interviewer said, "You are now white," Hefny told CBS Detroit. Since the 1980s, CBS reports Hefny has been fighting to have the U.S. government reclassify him as black, which is how he has always seen himself. "My classification as a white man takes away my black pride, my black heritage, and my strong black identity," Hefny told Detroit News. Hefny, 61, filed a suit in 1997 against the U.S. government to be reclassified. His case was dismissed. Hefny also reached out to President Obama for help, writing a letter on June 29th, the Detroit newspaper reports, as well as the Justice Department and the United Nations. Yeah, that's not going to help. If you ask President Obama, I bet he wishes he was white. I mean, let's just be real. I've been awarded inadvertently the negative effects of being black, such as racial profiling, stereotypes, and disenfranchisement due to my Negroid features. However, the legal demand on my racial classification of white prevents me from receiving benefits established for black people, he told CBS. Wow, you see how they play this? They really screw some people. I mean, what's the thing that Paul Mooney said? Oh, he's a bitch. Hefny says, sorry for swearing, but sometimes it's necessary. Hefny says he lost out on university teaching positions because they were positions designed for a minority, and he did not qualify. I'm going to leave a picture up of this guy, and he looks like Dr. Cornel West, but darker. He is unquestionably black. Currently, Directive 15 of the Federal Office of Management and Budget Standards for the Classification of Federal Data on Race and Ethnicity defines race by the following categories: Hispanic or Latino, American Indian, or Alaska Native, Asian, black or African American, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, white, non-resident alien, resident alien, and race ethnicity unknown. White is defined as a person having the origins of any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa, which is why the U.S. government classifies Hefny as such. However, the designation for black or African American applies to a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. According to CBS, Hefny says that he's descended from the Nubians, the ancient group of Egyptians from the northern part of Sudan and southern part of Egypt. I'm going to just go off on a bit of a tangent here. Now, this is what Lisa Cabrera talked about, that on the census form, she said that she's talked to people who are falsely classified as white. They come from Arab countries, they come from South America, they come from East Asia, and they're classified as white. Even when you look at them, they're clearly not. Now, some people will say, well, Arabs are sort of white. Listen, I've met Arabs. You can get dark Arabs, medium Arabs, and light-skinned Arabs, okay? And I've looked at them straight in the face, and you can tell the difference between a light-skinned Arab and a Caucasian. You cannot mistake them unless you're a complete and total idiot, okay? Secondly, this thing about Nubians. Yes, this goes back to one of the things I always keep saying. The Egyptians were black. These were the original people. Now, they are lower down in Egypt because what you could have called as Cairo and above that Delta region, that got mixed in with a lot of Inca. So, yeah, they are the descendants of the Egyptians, but many of them are have been lightened by centuries and centuries of, millennia of mixing. Okay? And another tangent, like I've said on some of the videos, that I'm a black, and I've also talked about my black ancestry. One of the things I realized when I saw certain people in my family, like my grandfather, I saw that African nose. And that's why they destroyed the facial features, that nose, of the Sphinx. Actually, I think they got rid of the Sphinx. Yeah, I'm sure they did. And on the other statues, they get rid of the nose. It's a uniquely African feature. And that's why they don't want it. They don't destroy much of the rest, but they get rid of that nose so that it's racially ambiguous who it was. Oh, well, that was a white man who built it. Oh, just stop. Just stop. Anyway, Now let's go on. An article by Charles Whittaker in Ebony in 2002 entitled Was Cleopatra Black? Explored this topic of racial classification in Egypt and found that among scholars discussions of Cleopatra's race was so couched and so guarded that professors even fear engaging in the discussion publicly. Cleopatra is one of the figures whose race often depends upon the lens used to view her. Julia Perkins, Associate Director of Community Programs for the Art Institute of Chicago, told Ebony. Whittaker talked to various scholars who all found classifying Cleopatra to be full of complexity, full of odd historical twists, and that there was no real easy answer. Her father's mother may have been a concubine from Nubia. Whittaker writes, so that would make her African Egyptian. Hefny also classifies himself as African Egyptian, and has co-founded the Association of Black Egyptian, Ethiopian, and Nubian Advocates to general support for his cause. He's posted a petition online and currently has collected 188 signatures. Now, I've checked that petition and it's gone. Well, it was 6 years ago. But I have found a GoFundMe, and I think it is authentic. And let's see if I can find it back again. All right, where is it? Then this is. I'm gonna post this in the description so we can support this brother and get justice for him. And he's from Detroit, Michigan. His GoFundMe is about, please help me hire 2 lawyers. My name is Dr. Mostafa Hefny. I am an Egyptian, Nubian, and naturalized U.S. citizen. I am a black man, but I am classified as white by the U.S. government, along with tens of thousands of other Egyptian Nubians. For the past 30 years, I've been fighting to have my racial classification charged from white to black. In this 30-year struggle, I was fired 5 times, lost my career, house, car, and was forced to file for bankruptcy. Wow. I want to raise $30,000 to hire the best 2 attorneys in Michigan to fight the U.S. government and those who violated my rights. There are 2 black causes involved in my 30-year struggle, just to be able to say that I am black. First, the cause of black racial pride. Second, the cause of restoring the Nubian civilization to the black race. The white man has stolen the ancient Egyptian civilization from the black man, and he is in the process of stealing the Nubian civilization as well. Without the ancient Egyptian and Nubian civilizations, the black man worldwide has nothing. I mean, you know, you ever seen that photo of Malcolm X in Egypt? You know, when you see this man and his constant struggle and the fact that he's keep going despite the fact that he's gone through so much, you realize that he and Malcolm come from the same stock. They are the descendants of Egypt. And that struggle for freedom just never goes. I salute this brother. I'm going to leave, I've said this before, I'm going to leave his GoFundMe in the description. If there's anybody who has $1 to spare, please support this brother. He's got, I guess I can see of it right now, $290 of $30,000 goal. So if you want to help him, there's plenty of time. And there's only 11 people in 14 months. You know, you need to, if anyone sees this, please contribute. Or if you save up, just put a few dollars for him his way. All right, what else was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Okay, like I said, I'll leave the GoFundMe up, and I'll put up his photos in the video so you can see him. Oh, I remember. And this is for the Hebrew Israelites. You know, what do you call it? They often talk about black people, black Africans being God's chosen people. Here's a fun fact for you. Mostafa, that's an Arab Muslim name, and that means chosen one. Anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, I'll leave my own PayPal in the description, and I'll leave the news article and his GoFundMe in my description so you can find it. Thank you.